Yeah, what is up everyone? Brian with you from TheGameCommon. Today we are getting an opportunity to do something special. We're getting a chance to play Galactic Civilization 4. So we're going to be playing the early release or the early access / beta build, which just came to the Epic Game Store last week. So you guys can actually go and pick up access to it as well if you want on the Epic Game Store. But I got to thank Stardock for actually providing me with a key. I love Galactic Civilization 3. It's one of my favorite 4X games. I was actually thinking of playing it again here recently. I've been thinking about it, being like, man, I missed that game. I kind of want to go back and play it. So when I saw the key for Galactic Civ 4, I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So if you've not seen any Galactic Civilization, it's a 4X game that takes place in space. Well, clearly it takes place in space, but I'd say it's a little more similar to something like Stellaris versus like Civilization, because I think it's a little more complex. It's probably closer to grand strategy than just like a normal 4X game. There's a lot of systems going on in the background. Now, I have to say I have probably about 4 or 5 hours in Galactic Civilization 4 so far, and a lot of it feels very similar to Galactic Civ 3. Like, if you're coming from playing Galactic Civ 3, a lot of it's going to be like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing here. Like, there's just been a lot of stuff where, you know, it's been a couple years since I played Galactic Civ 3, and it's just been like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing here. It's this, or this is how this game works. If you're starting Galactic Civ for the first time, though, this game might be a little on the complex side, so I'll be trying to explain everything the best I can. That being said, man, I love it. I'm the kind of guy that, like, the more complex, the better. And I think Galactic Civ 4 has done a good job of making things very apparent on what they do. So, like, a lot of the background math that happens a lot of times in 4X games, I think they've done a good job of kind of like giving you a little more control and a little more visual about what's happening. So anyways, we'll hop into a game here. Now, there are 18 races we get to pick from, which I'm all for. I don't know how much we're in 3, but I know there weren't 18. Some of these are new, and I really like it. I like all these civs seem pretty freaking cool. And I mean, honestly, you know, they're very familiar. You got your Asari race here. You have the clickbait chick race. You got the the Dragon Empire, which are kind of like your evil bad guys. You got the nerdy science dudes, which these guys are actually nerdy, right? I don't know if they're actually nerdy, but you got your evil robots. You got your Groots. You got your bigger Groots, and then you have your humans. Oh yeah, and you also have your lizard men too. So, and then you have whatever the heck he is. Wow, he is freaky. I love the little tentacles too. He's also kind of freaky. Who was the other cool one that I saw that I was like, oh, these guys, right? No, they're the Manti cluster. One of these guys is called the Enclave, I think, right? And I was like, oh, he sounds really cool. Manti, Tauren, Dragon, Alteran. Oh, was it these guys? No, the Brotherhood. Navigators, that's who it was. I was like, okay, they actually sound really interesting. I don't know who they are. I don't know anything about them, but just the fact that they're called the Navigators seems really interesting to me. But anyways, today we're going to be hopping in with the Terran Alliance. We're going to go vanilla. The reason we're going to go vanilla is because we're still kind of learning the game. So what are humans good at? They're inventors of the hyperdrive and one of the youngest races on the galactic stage. They're known for both their professed love of diplomacy and their proficient use of violence when the diplomacy fails. So abilities, we are explorers, inspired, colony ship, and surveyed ship is what we start with. We are innovative is our ideology, and our biology is we're carbon based. And we're known for their flexibility and productivity. They have lower expectations, which means you need less approval. Basically, you don't have to keep your people as happy. Now, what's cool about this is every one of these races you can actually customize if you want. So it's very similar to Stellaris, where you have point system, and you can give yourself like points if you want and make your you can basically customize your race and make it however you want, which is, you know, always great. So our homeworld is going to be Earth. Our history is there. Map colors, everything we're going to leave the same. We can also customize our galaxy, so we can get a pretty freaking large galaxy. And I think, how many opponents do we have in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have what, 11? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I thought I counted wrong. You can have up to what, 31 players here. So you can have a really crazy sized map. Now, sectors and starting sector size, this is basically like your starting area. And then you can also change your worlds and like add more abundant worlds or more habitable planets and all that stuff. For the most part, I'm just going to leave everything on basic just because, you know, I want the basic vanilla experience right now. I think we're also playing on easy. Yeah, we're, you know, we can go gifted. We're probably still going to have no problem winning the game, but I still love how they have the recommended system. which is great, which we totally meet that, so I'm not too worried about that. Opponents, then, we're just going to leave everything on random. We could pick our own races if we want, but nah, we'll just leave everything on random. And the cool thing is we can actually change the intelligence for every AI if we wanted, and we can also select teams if we wanted to, but we'll go ahead and hit start game, and hopefully our starting sector doesn't have any other race in the game. We'll see how it ends up working. So if you saw Galactic Civ 3, you generally started in this giant area all to yourself, and then there were these, like, every sector essentially was kind of interconnected, but you usually had a bunch of dead space in between the different sectors. So one of the things that's different about Galactic Civ 4 is now each sector is kind of like its own little circle area, and you can't actually go outside the sector until you research a new technology, which I hadn't actually even gotten that far in my test games. I did a lot of restarting just because, like, you know, I was looking for specific things. Let's just say that. So this is our opening sector. There is an opportunity that one of the other alien races spawned in our opening sector, which hopefully isn't the case. I kind of want to have an opening sector all to myself because, you know, I am a bit of a land mongerer, at least when it comes to it. So anyways, we start here with Earth, and we have our normal solar system. We got Saturn, we got Jupiter, so on and so forth. What we actually start with ship-wise is we begin with the Discovery ship, which is essentially a survey ship. And the survey ships are basically little science vessels that you can kind of send around and go explore these different anomalies. What's cool about these science ships is they actually level up now. I don't know, maybe they did it in the first game, but anyways, as you pick up more and more anomalies and research more anomalies with them, you actually will level them up. And then what's cool is they have different modules that you can attach to the spaceship depending on what kind of resources you have. And so you can get some really kind of, like, you can make your Discovery ship or your survey ship a little more better in combat, or you can make it a little better at, like, range, or so on and so forth. So there's a lot of cool things you can do there. Then we also begin with a Thea, which is essentially just a probe. It's an unmanned probe that we can use to explore, like a scout ship, you know, essentially. And then we begin with a colony ship as well that we can go settle. Now, our worlds, you can see there's only 2 worlds that we can visually see right now that actually have the ability for us to colonize. We can colonize Mars, or we can colonize Artemis. Now, when I originally was playing, like when I first started the game, I was actually using my colony ship to go explore. But more recently, I've been throwing him into Artemis. And essentially, I've just been dumping him into Artemis, even though the planet's kind of crap, just to get the extra manufacturing bonus here on Earth. Because essentially, anything you do inside the system of Earth, unless I decided to make this a core world planet, which is a whole nother concept we'll get here in a little bit, but if I basically just kind of leave it as a colony, everything that it does, all the crap that it manufactures and money and all that stuff goes to Earth, which basically helps us build up Earth a little bit better. So I kind of like the idea of actually at least getting Artemis colonized pretty early on. It takes a little while to actually build things, so I'm not sure we're going to colonize Mars anytime soon. But before we get into moving all of our ships and stuff like that, let's take a quick look around. We have a research technology over here. This is very similar to Stellaris, where it's essentially kind of like a card-based system where you get random ones every single time. And you can actually get a new selection of technologies, but it increases the research time by 10%, which is kind of like, interesting. So we actually don't spawn with any of the ones. There's basically 2 techs that I always love to start with. We don't actually have any of them, but we'll start with space elevators, which is fine. I don't really use space elevators. There's one tech where you basically can build asteroids, or you can basically mine out asteroids, which I love to pick up first if it's there, just because then that once again gives more production to Earth. Then down here, you basically just have a visual of whatever you have clicked on. Then here in the middle is all the fun new stuff. So first up, we have our civilization policies. These policies you get unlocked as you pick up new techs, and as you get new techs. And we can basically put any one of our available policies into the one slot we have right now. So we can go for innovation and extra research. We can go to growth and approval. Actually, sorry, more growth, less approval. Defensive measure for extra hit points, lower ship range. Fast exploration for less hit points but more moves. Heart of the Empire for extra influence growth, and then extra gross income, and then gross income and pollution. But we're going to go fast explorers because it's fairly early on, and I like the extra movement points. Influence, by the way, is this little blue circle. It expands as your empire gets bigger, and you can also expand it with spaceports and stuff like that. And just basically, like, you know, you can expand your influence, and then like no one can settle and stuff inside your own influence. Then we also have a leader tab. This is new too. So with our leaders, we can do a bunch of different things. We can make them ministers, which will give us a boost to like speed, technology, or happiness. We can throw them as governors, but right now we only have one planet, and our current character is already the governor of Earth, so we don't need one there. We can do diplomats if we met other civilization, or what we can do is we can actually drop them on one of the ship. And each ship has a different ability, and also is kind of, well, their special abilities is changed based on what kind of stats they have. So for example, here with Curiosity, the more military stat we have on someone, it increases their attack. But the thing is, we're not going to worry about this yet. There was a time where I was actually trying, like one of my starts, I was actually throwing a dude here on the survey ship so I can have multiple survey ships going. But what was happening is then I was splitting the XP amongst my two survey ships, and I was like, I don't know if I like that. Eventually, we are going to want to do that. And if we're at war, we're definitely going to want like one of the combat ships. But as of now, I'm not too worried about that. You're cool because you have missiles? Interesting. You have missiles, but you have no shields. This guy has I assume this is just kinetic damage, but then also shields as well. But all right, so we do want to pick up a couple people. You're really good. You got 12 science, which is crazy. You're not the most loyal, but that's okay. You got 9 on the movement, so I definitely want to pick you up. And then the question is, do we want to pick up one of you two for the happiness booth? We got enough money. And you're fairly cheap. You're only 113, so yeah. And then we're just going to go throw these guys down as our ministers. So this, having Ahmad Kreng here is going to give us +1 move and an extra 9 on ship range in all of our ships. So the reason I'm doing this first is because I think if you move your ships first, it doesn't actually like count this ability. In fact, it might not actually count this ability the first turn anyways. Then I definitely want you over here with the technology. By the way, loyalty, if they get under 30, then they attempt to resign, or they might resign, or they might undermine you. So you kind of want loyalty. And then I'll throw you here in the colonization, and then you're getting us an extra 7% approval. You're getting us 1 extra random tech slot and actually 1 research, which actually then begs the question. Dang it. Nope. So we did get the 1 extra, but it didn't do anything. Okay, cool. Then third, we have ideology. This is brand new in Galactic Civ 4. So essentially what happens is as you make different decisions, because there's going to be a lot of missions and a lot of like random prompts and stuff like that happen during the game. Once again, kind of think Solaris. But as you make different decisions, you start earning points that go down these different trees. And the thing is, right now we don't have any culture points. You get the culture points essentially by researching. There might be some events that give you culture points, but you can only use the culture points and stuff that you've unlocked. So for example, right now in innovation, we don't have sacred history unlocked. We don't have this tradition. We need extra influence to actually unlock it. So we can't go down this tree at all. So as you start going down different trees, then you start getting the ability to unlock stuff, and you can spend your culture point there. Now, we're not going to have a culture point for a while, so I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. Then next, we also have these executive orders, which are also new. These are basically things that you can do. Essentially, think of them as like hero powers, but they come with a negative. So for example, I can spawn a colony ship instantly, but we lose 2% approval. Probably going to do that at some point, but I'm going to save it because you can't do it like right away. You have to like wait X number of turns before you can do it again. And I don't really want to do that for like Mars. I think I'd rather find an actual good system before we do that. Then we can also do telescope takeover, which basically costs control. So control is just a new thing that you gain per turn, and it allows you to do these different abilities. But essentially, and this is one thing we are going to do, I can go ahead and do this, and I can go ahead and scan a system, and then it'll show me what's over here, which there's no planets here that I can actually settle on. We're going to generally be looking for yellow stars because yellow stars are going to be more likely to have habitable planets for us. But anyways, I just wanted to take a quick look over there. And then the last one is we can go ahead and print money. We lose a bunch of approval, but we get an extra bit of money. Then we got databank here where we can kind of compare us to everyone else. And we have our galactic events over here as well. Oh, you can actually begin event? Oh, interesting. The orb of Dragonel has been discovered, making the start. I've not done this. The start of a new terrible chapter in the galaxy story. They'll become the ultimate power. Search the galaxy for anomalies. Begin event. I don't know if that actually does anything different. If you actually, no, okay. doesn't look like it actually does anything. Okay, last but not least, well, two more things, last but not least. Number one, we got to go ahead and build ourselves a ship. I'm gonna start by building a probe just so I can expand as quickly as I can. You can also get new designs, and you can there's a ship designer, so you can like just completely just like make just the coolest looking ships if you want, or the worst looking ships if you so choose. Like, you know, you can just like start with that and then, you know, whatever else. So I love any game that has like a ship designer. Probably not gonna worry about that. We may do it off camera. I don't know. But for now, we're working on a shipyard. And last but not least, we got to take a look at our planet Earth. Now, how this game works is, oh, this is such a bad start. So our capital city spawned over here in like Asia, apparently. And this is pretty bad. So like the thing with your, the thing with this game is you want to build districts adjacent to each other because you get a boost. In addition to that, every time like different terrain has also different boosts, you'll see like the forest gives us +1 to manufacturing. So basically this will spawn as a level 1 district. If I build anything here, I basically get a +2 because it has an adjacency +2 to all because it's our capital city. Now, the thing that sucks about it is I actually can only put one thing adjacent to you, which is just horrible, to be honest. And I can't move it either, right? No, I can't move it either, which is just bad. We get +2 to tourism here. This gives us that'll increase the population capacity. Okay, interesting. This one gives us +2 to population, +1 level to food. So that one's a bunch of food. So it's kind of a bad start. This would be one of those things where I'd probably restart if I was in my own time. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to go with the industrial center, and I'm going to build it here inside the forest. And then we're going to look at building the manufacturing districts over here when this is done. And essentially in this game, I'm going to go really heavy into manufacturing to begin with. Like, this is going to take 14 turns to finish, which is a long freaking time. So only other thing to point out is we also have food up here. This is our income. And then on any planet, you have your citizens. So right now we have 5 citizens on this planet. Every one of these citizens has different different expectations. Like, you're a pacifist, so they're going to be unhappy the more soldiering stuff we do. In addition to that, they also have an approval modifier, and they're all happy right now because we have well, our governor's loyal, but I think they're also getting a happiness boost as well from our leader over here in the minister. Oh, you know, one other thing I forgot to mention is you could also put leaders over here in factions. So if, for example, I wanted to take you, and so like right now he's earning us 1 random tech slot and 12 extra research. I could also instead throw him over here on the science team, which he hates me now because I fired him. Yeah. But this way we only get 3 science and we lose 1 manufacturing. So he's clearly way better here as a minister. Is he going to get his happiness back? Oh, yeah. Well, we just are completely screwing ourselves to begin with. But that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's move our ships. So our colony ship, we're going to go send to Artemis, and we're going to go colonize Artemis. Our discovery, let's go work on this first capsule over here. And then our drone ship, I'm going to go look here. I don't think this system's going to have anything, this sun right here. It seems too close. So, and we'll probably see it here as the game goes on. Situation report. The orb of Dragonal has been discovered. Okay. Ooh, I love power beyond imagination. Okay. Anyways, and then... Okay, good. And so we hit next turn. I was like, did we just bug the game? The other thing is we have some stuff up here if we want just like a quick look at everything. We're first in happiness right now, second in influence, but we're behind in everything else because, you know, we're playing against the AI. We can look at our uncolonized planets here, which is only 2. We can look at our star bases, so on and so forth, and then that just, whoops, this just hides it. So anyways, we'll probably keep this view up for now. All right, so you're going to go settle Artemis. Congrats. We will leave Artemis as the name because I like it. So with the establishment of this colony, we've taken the first steps into the galaxy. Our colonists represent everything which makes our people great. And with that, they'll have every chance of thriving on this new alien world. So... High G animal racing. Oh, interesting. Colonists on this planet have taken to breeding and racing a local species of squat 4-legged animals. You've literally been there for like 5 minutes. Whatever. Harsh gravity of the world makes the races particularly grueling, and footage of injured animals is causing animal rights activists around the galaxy to demand this barbaric practice be stopped. But it's becoming a bigger part of local culture, and the colonists won't be happy. Okay. So we can go... We could stop this. which increases to plus 10 approval for 25 turn. Also, it goes down the compassion tree. We can export the footage so everyone can enjoy it, which gives us extra crime and tourism, or promote the man behind this, exploiting the weak as the foundation of our empire. A leader joins us. You know, I mean, honestly, getting a free leader is kind of baller because that's a couple hundred. But I feel like the approval and compassion is going to be worth it. Now, what's funny is it's actually going to give us compassion here. Also, you have a pop. Oh, okay. So we don't see the population down here because we don't, right now, technically, this isn't a core world. So essentially, all this, all the production, everything from this planet is being passed along to Earth. If we wanted to make it a quote unquote core world, we can go ahead and assign a governor here. We can basically buy a governor and then you're in charge of it. And then this becomes a planet that we can essentially work on like this. Now, the reason that they have core worlds versus non-core worlds is to kind of keep the late game to be a little less complex, because, you know, you might have 40 planets, but only 9 of them might be your core worlds. So because of that, that's a little less for you to have to manage every turn. By the way, you're still scanning. You got 2 more weeks on that. We still have 6 more weeks on that, and you still have 10 more weeks there. So you'll notice this was 14 turns when we started it. We spent 1 turn, and now it's down to 10 turns. Also, we actually lost happiness. Huh. I thought we were supposed to gain happiness. Interesting. The other thing... Where's our leaders? Where are we looking? Down here. I wanted to see if this minister is different now. He's still at 22. Yeah. Natural loyalty is 22. Minister, he gets negative 10. It's because I think I fired him. I don't know how the loyalty system works and how you can change it, but a lot of these early turns are just going to be kind of advancing. So keep in mind, we're going to be going through quite a few turns here. We got more executive orders, but I'm not going to be using them. We have another planet here. This one has extra food, but lower population. I'm not sure what the Techopod hive is. It doesn't show me. So we could go settle that planet if we want, and probably not though. I'm looking for, yeah, this is a good planet right here. So it's class 18, which is decent size. Also gets plus resistance. It's mountainous. Yeah, I like that. And then over here, this one's poor. So, okay, I think we're going to take another happiness hit, and we're going to go ahead and spawn out a colonist ship. So this is once again going to piss our people off a little bit more. It's only -2 though, so it's not that big of a deal. And I'm just going to immediately go ahead and go settle this planet as quickly as we can. Because the thing is, we don't know whether or not there are other civilizations in where we're at. So because of that, we kind of want to just like settle as much as we can and basically just kind of like lock down our sphere of influence here early game. By the way, these random things that are kind of like lit up around, some of them are more space junk, more anomalies, but then some of them are actual resources that eventually when we get star bases, we can go ahead and mine, but we're not going to worry about that quite yet. So I think we've done a pretty good job of explaining everything. We got our first anomaly surveyed. Cool. So what that did is that gave us 5 experience points and then 2 thulium, which is essentially like, you can think of it as strategic resource, essentially is what it is. So I can go ahead and send you over here to do this. Now we might get an event on that. I think we did because, well, let's see. We discovered a beacon saying distress call for an emergency that happened millennia ago. Though we perhaps a little late to respond, the broadcast equipment and the beacon can certainly be put to use. Okay, so I don't think that one's going to actually give us a special event. Sometimes you get a special event, sometimes you don't. Kind of like the Artemis event where you basically get to pick an option. So. Okay, situation report. We met a new race. A great skin, humanoid, alien, peers back at us. We can't talk to him yet because we don't have the research done to actually speak to aliens. All right, asteroid mining, yes, 100%, please. So that's unfortunate because that means there are, yeah, he spawned in this galaxy with us, which is like, blah, which I suppose is fine, but all the more reason we want to go like lock you down as quickly as possible. Yeah, so he spawned right here. Meh. So we got 3 potential planets over here, or 3 potential systems over here. Let's go look over here. He's gonna spawn with the colonizer as well. Yeah, it's right there. You think we could kill it? So we have no weapons there. We have no weapons there. I mean, we are a human, right? So I could go through a human on like Perseverance and go get that ship. The funny thing is we actually can't build army ships or navy ships yet, or like violent ships, until we pick up the tech for that, which was armed shuttles. Do we want to be friendly or do we want to be warlike? We're on a lower difficulty, so being warlike's probably easy. I just don't want to have to fight with him for planets. I also am not entirely sure how to take over planets. You know what? We've not tested this yet, so let's do it. So we'll assign to talk to him. And you know what? How much money do we have? We have 435. Screw it. Let's do it. I need someone that's really good at army. You're at a 10. You have a 9 movement. You have a 10 on social. You have a 9. Okay, so we're going to actually swap you, which is going to piss you off. But I think when you get your own ship, you might be a little happier. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It kind of sucks. Yeah, I wonder if there's a better way to do this without losing it. But let's go on the Perseverance. Actually, what's the movement range on you? You're 11, and then you're at 13, so he can move faster. Plus fleet, repair. Screw it. Let's do it. On the victory. And so now what that's going to do is actually spawn him out. Now, once you put a leader on a ship, you actually can't move him. So he's basically stuck here. The other thing is we can actually launch a missile up to three tiles away, which I don't think you could do ranged attacks before. So in Civ 3, Galactic Civ 3 at least. If I say Civ 3, I'm using it as a shorthand, okay? So need to keep finding you. Basically, we're just trying to keep him from colonizing. He might actually land here. Now, I don't know how we conquer. Go to Sentry, Explore. None of these say anything about ground combat. We might have to unlock that with a tech. So, but I don't mind having a military ship out. I like this. We'll definitely settle here on Taki. But let's give this a new name. We'll call it Athens. How about that? Athens. Like new cities here. Athens Planet Report. Upon landing in this world, you quickly realize it's been inhabited before. Beneath the northern ice, explorers have found a ruined starship with an active leaching field module, which will reduce the shield strength of enemy ships in battle. They believe you can extract it, but the resulting melt will flood much of the arable land. I don't like that. So, set the land aside for native species, leave the ship buried, but study its technology. I kind of like that. There's too much life in the university as is. This gives us an upgrade. And we lose 2 tiles. I want the +1 technology. Does that give us a free technology then? I wonder. Or does that just give us quicker technology? Also, there we go. I couldn't like move. So, okay. So Athens is now colonized. We do want a governor here. We are actually short on money. So we're just going to keep pissing our people off. Yeah, so our people are probably really unhappy right now, but it's okay. This is for a good cause, man. And I guess you're going to be our governor here. Are you even good at governor? You're a diplomat, increase the crime, social, and can't quell protests. He's kind. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now because of this, we can go ahead and throw our capital down, and we can choose a location. In addition to that, we can actually build on the planet too. So level to research, wealth, research. We got a lot of research. Not a lot of production here at all. Actually, no production. This is going to be a rich world, though. Like, my goodness, this is going to be a rich world. So let's throw you here so I can get the money and the not money. And then this is a once per galaxy. Which, it's going to take too long. This is manufacturing and military. Do we want food here? This is research and manufacturing. I'm going to put you here. And then probably go manufacturing here. I think we need to start with this at least a little bit. Also, we can't build money, right, yet. Actually, maybe can. What can we build? Yeah, we can do a financial district. So we could start with it, but it's like 17 turns, man. That just seems a little slow. What is our money, by the way, right now? Yeah, only 4.5. We shouldn't need more money right now, though. Generally, I don't run out of money, but I think just because we, like, bought all those leaders, generally, I don't buy that many leaders either, so, yeah. But we're off to a way better start because these planets suck. So unless there's another planet over here, we're off to a way better start than him. Yeah, okay, so he ended up settling that. We might see what we can do with his capital. Yeah, we're just gonna go fly through and see what happens. I do love the asteroids there, though. We do also have an asteroid belt here as well. And the other thing is, we'll probably want to settle these 2 planets just so we can get the extra production in Athens. So I like it. Why Athens is literally the first thing I thought of. So debris field, we discovered remains of some sort of vessel. Okay, so that I think is going to actually give us an event. Yep, there you go. So retribution, the remains of a powerful warship are scattered across the debris field. We should be able to reassemble the bulk of the ship from what remains, but it had a unique engine core and a missile system. Both are missing. Only if we can find those components. Okay, so it starts a new mission. Gather destroyed warp and rebuild the retribution. Interesting. I've not seen that mission yet. I've seen like the same mission like 4 times. It is early access, so you know I'm imagining we're going to see a lot of these same missions. You know, I assume as they progress in development, they're going to start adding more and more crap. So, oh, another dude, the Dragon Empire too. So we're talking about war. He's going to also be warring. So great. Armed shuttles? No, we're going to do star bases. Yeah, Starbase is the other one I like because then we can start expanding our influence. Now, the nice thing about the about picking up the tech here for asteroids is it actually spawns with 2 asteroid miners. So we can go ahead and send this guy to build an asteroid. We'll build asteroid mining here. Now they only add +1 production or +0.1 production, which isn't that great, but you know. It's something. And then I am going to go send you down to these, which is going to add 0.3 to Athens, which, yeah, once again, it's fine. It's fine. So where did we find the dragon? This is my dude. I don't see the dragon. He might have floated through our system. We might have had view of him really quickly. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, no, there he is. And he has 3 planets already. Oof, nasty. All right, once again, have no idea what this is going to do, but let's just kind of fly in here. And that's a colony. You must be at war. Do you want to declare war on the corporate sector? That's just funny. Yes, I want to declare war on the corporate sector. Goodwill tour, or we could draft more colonists. Oh, actually, I didn't know you could do it that quickly. I'm not going to worry about drafting more colonists right now, though. Shipyard idle. So we finished another probe, so this is a great time to pop out another colony ship. I was actually going to maybe rush something out. We could, because now we have money. How much to rush out the colony ship? 270 credits. Maybe. But not right now. So, not only did we spawn with 1 guy, we spawned with 3 guys in our starting territory. Great. Our starting sector. So once again, there should be other sectors from my understanding that eventually we can get to, which I wonder if maybe you always spawn with at least 1 person in your sector and maybe some of the sectors are empty. I don't know. So F it. What is this doing? We have currently sieged you down. Interesting. So, we have missiles for range 3. So if we go siege down Iridia, I think the missiles from this thing actually shoot us. We have a lot more missiles. You think we could blow it up? He has 100 HP. We only have 11. I don't think we could blow it up. So I kind of like the idea of maybe just sieging you down for the time being. I don't know what this is actually doing. Oh, we're blowing it up. How's the siege even working? I've not done any warring, so I have literally no idea what is happening here. Victory, prototype, has a leader there. The retribution. The orb of Dragnol. A way to communicate. Yeah, I have no idea what we're doing here, but okay. Well, we'll just keep exploring and seeing. He ended up settling over here too. Oh, I do not like that. I should maybe go siege down these planets. We'll see whether or not he is able to attack us. Really, what I want to do is bombard it and just like set him back. So the AI is starting off really strong. Yeah, so he can't reach us, which is good. So is there a way to actually see what's happening? It has 1 population. I assume we're bombarding it, is my assumption, but I don't know for a fact. Okay. Does he have warships? Maybe. Maybe. So anyways, we will build... Oh, it must be inside your zone of control. Ah, interesting. Well, let's go land you on the world. Can I put you on the world? Yes, I can. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave you there for now, and I'm sure our expansion, our influence will get over there before too long. All right, so our colony ship did level up, so we can now do crew quarters, command bridge, communication terminal. This gives us extra sensor range. You actually have 4 missiles here. Interesting. You give us extra moves, and then you do extra hit points. Hit points are at 17. I think give me the extra movement range is nice. And let's go over here. So we might just be completely screwing ourselves, but you know, hey, we had kind of a bad start anyways, so let's just go all out with this bad start and see what happens. And if we have to restart next episode, we have to restart. You know, just basically trying to explain the game, okay? So if things happen that we don't want to have happen, it's okay, because we're just, you know, we're exploring. Not entirely sure still what you're doing here, buddy. Cannot be engaged in battle. The pollution's not going down. Or sorry, the approval's not going down. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what's happening. What kind of world did you grab here? By the way, this is Duranium, which is one of the resources that you can pick up here with the starbase. What we'll probably end up doing is I will probably grab the... Oh, those are capsules. Never mind. Dang it. We could build a military shipyard over here. What kind of resources do we have? So we have you, whatever this is over here, the Illyrium. You are, these are ascension crystals where, oh, interesting. If you build, if it's inside your zone of control of an influenced starbase, you can build a capsule, but I don't have the technology for that capsule yet. Maybe I want to actually just put my influence right over here and just go steal the Duranium. Maybe. So this planet had nothing on it. Cool, great. Or the system had nothing on it. And we'll advance. Starbase is now done. Not every planet we found would be empty. We've known that, but today is the first day we tried to take it from someone. So we have done our first invasion, and we have succeeded in our first invasion. Alrighty then, let's do it. All right, armed shuttles it shall be. So do we lose our ship then? No. Okay, so he's still here. So what I would like to do is get you out, because I want to blow him up. Maybe he has no movement. It says 8/8 on moves. Interesting. Wait, that's not the right ship. Oh, I have the wrong thing selected. Okay, that starts. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, move 0 12. Okay, I had the wrong thing selected. I was confusing myself there. So probably want to go invade you. What's the happiness here, by the way? Actually, yeah, 40%. Not bad. Not bad. Constructors are used to build stuff. Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to take this constructor here, and we want to go put this inside our zone, I think. Yeah. We'll go put that inside our influence. Then what do I want to do with my second one? We could go like here, and then eventually we will get like this ascension crystal and you. Yeah. Eventually we'll get both of those together. Okay, I like that. Then what are we doing with this dude? Well, let's just kind of go around. Maybe there's another planet. They're settling all these crap ones. Okay, I actually can get double here. I like that. So let's go here, and you should be able to grab both of those. So they have a little bit of a range, you can see. And so the influence is that, essentially. All right, then we have another drone here. Let's actually just run over here real quick and just make sure there's nothing in this system. And we will hit next. And he's going that way. That's fine. I think let's just go steal this planet. Can I like delete it? Like, I don't want to recruit here. In fact, I would rather just like delete it if at all possible. They might come and attack it at some point, but right now I'm not too worried about it. We're going to be able to build some constructor ships, or sorry, some warships here in a little bit. Pirate threat. Okay, thank you. How can I understand him, by the way? Just for the record, I don't speak alien yet, but whatever. Oh, more duranium over here. Good. Okay, go over that way. Then our ships. You are going to come down this way. Yeah, we're like fighting for this territory, man, and it sucks. More duranium here. Lots of duranium. Now, we might have some good systems over here. So, we'll have to see. Tab, you also have antimatter here. So, this is a really good starbase. Okay, so we're going to build our first starbase right here. This button, construct. We can do a military one, which will collect your resources, but then it also protects your civilization, or we can spread your influence and collects nearbys. I think I'll do a military one, but honestly, like, it's not super useful because I guess it'll help protect Artemis. So we got our first antimatter mine and our first Illyrium mine and our first starbase. Woo! So eventually you see we can actually build a module here. Yeah. Okay. And what did that cost? I have no idea, but I'm apparently now studying the Ascension Crystal. Nice. In addition to that, you see we're also collecting the antimatter and the Illyrium. So you see we're getting 0.1 Illyrium per turn and 0.1 antimatter per turn. Corporate sector dislike us. Citizens of Athens are unhappy. What? Yeah, I'm aware that I'm aware that basically everyone hates me right now. Give me the people here. Nope, wrong button. Give me the people. Oh yeah, no, they're really unhappy. Taxes are too high. Okay, you know what? Since everyone's pretty cranky, we can go ahead and lower our taxes. Are we on normal to begin with? I think we're on normal to begin with. Yeah, so we'll go to low. I'm fine with that. That's under here. And we'll go to low. And we're actually losing money per turn, but that's a temporary fix. I love how they basically are getting like just a little bit of taxes and already complaining. Okay, anyways, Discovery Survey Report. There's precursor technology. They're eager to latch the laser onto their ship, but they can improve the beam weapon technology. So we can get +2 beam attack or send it. I'll send it to our researchers because like, sweet, our science ship can attack better. Like, not really something I'm looking to do. All right, you come over here to this artifact. Good. And then Earth finished its industrial center. So what we can now do here is manufacturing district, which gives us a little boost. Oh my gosh, we're getting some bugs over here. Yeah, because this should be on screen. Okay. One new save. Let's main menu and see if this fixes it. We might have busted the game. The game's not okay with us declaring war this early. Not at all. One new save. Let's see if this fixes the bug. So how are things going? I mean, it's interesting. We declared war on a new neighbor. We are bankrupt and our people hate us and so on and so forth. Probably going to go ahead and restart next game just cause, like, you know, we've been doing a lot of different things and not all of it's been good. But I think getting a better start might be a little bit better. Okay, so can I? Yeah, and with this bugged, that's annoying because all of our special districts are there. So, okay, well, let's run another turn or two and then just kind of see where we're at. So you're arming, or you're attacking here. We got armed shuttles. We can do Universal Translator, which now allows us to talk to them. Let's actually do 3 turns and then talk to these guys and see about war options, like what kind of options we have. Also, I feel like all of the good planets got stolen. Well, or there's not really any good planets would actually be a better option. These guys are fighting immediately. I mean, they're not actually at war, but they're fighting for territory. There might be some good stuff over here that we just missed out on because we went that way. Actually, yes, there was. Yeah, that's a really good planet here. And you have the asteroid belt over there as well. But once again, we're just going to kind of go. What is the population? Yeah, they're okay with me now. So anyways, was there a planet over here? There was not. There is, however, a Punisher. So there are like random neutral enemies that appear, like pirates and stuff like that, that they will attack you and destroy your ships. So you gotta be really careful. So, run, please. Thank you. So Universal Translator is now done. And then whatever, do Ministry of Tourism. So what I want to see is he hates us. The other guy is also disliking us because we have artifacts. Interesting. So if we wanted to speak to this guy, can we not because we're at war? Ah, because we're still at war. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like we just kind of cheesed him out in this war. I wonder when we can actually talk to him. And we also finished our colonial generator down there as well. I think this is probably a good place for us to wrap up this episode, though. So I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, like I said, we're going to get another start. Just maybe a little less warlike and maybe a little more better, hopefully. But anyways, and then we'll try not screwing over our leaders as well. Are they still like pretty unhappy? Yeah, I mean, we still have 2 leaders that just like absolutely hate us right now because of what we did. So I think the whole point is like once you buy a leader for something, you have to leave them there unless they're like super, super high loyalty. But anyways, this is basically Galactic Civilization 4. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your tips. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.